What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first of what will hopefully be many videos for this channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kaido House R33 on my racing, give you guys a couple different looks at the vehicle. Wonderful piece here from Kaido House. We're also going to do a couple wheel swaps for you guys, give you guys an idea of what you can do with this car as far as just swapping from different R33s from past models. After that, we're also going to give you guys a look at all the R33s in my personal collection. It is a casting that for me is favorite from Kaido House so far. I started picking up a lot of the castings, so we're going to give you guys a look at all those, give you guys kind of a ranking of where I think they're at. In hand today we have the R33 from Kaido House, the newest release from Kaido House, the My Racing in green. This car comes decked out in a wonderful green paint. It's got kind of a shimmer on it, a little hard to see sometimes, but in the right light you can kind of see that flake going on in this car. Tons of good race livery details on this vehicle. Nissan logos on the top, Advan across the side and the rear window. You've got your Nismo across the front and the wing, and of course you have this new Kaido House Rising Sun Mount Fuji thing going on in the front that I absolutely love. Looks amazing. Cannot get enough of this car. You've also got the hits of red across the front spoiler, the front glass, here and there on the sides, the Nismo O. Tons of good details going on in this car. As usual, you get your normal Kaido House all metal body, rubber wheels. You got the classic Kaido House titanium oil slick base that we've come to expect from all Kaido House models. Green interior on this car, slightly different than the green of the paint. Wish the gray interior was done a little different, perhaps. Does look a little plain, but no complaints other than that. This car also does have almost a matching valve cover in the engine bay. Green, again, slightly off, kind of what we're seeing from the seats. So it does match the seats there. Your classic Kaido House detailing on the engine bay looks amazing. Kaido House 33 for the R33 as the racing number for this one. On that note, for those that don't know, Kaido House R33s especially, among other Kaido House models, but especially the R33, are very, very simple to wheel swap. Look at the bottom, there's two screws you take out, you pop off that base, you have access to your wheels and their axles, you pop them off, you swap them directly from another Kaido House model, and you're good to go. Still rolls like it's brand new, looks amazing, and it's a way to distinguish your collection from everybody else's. First wheel swap we have for you guys here on the My Racing R33 is the silver and gold rims off of the R33 Active Carbon. Of the wheel swaps that I did, this one is not my favorite. I do think the regular white looks better than this. Not to say it's bad, but just doesn't quite hit the way I would like it to. However, the next set of rims does this car a lot more justice in my opinion, and it is the all black rims off of the white ready R33. Looks very, very good with this car. The black hits on the hood and wing match with the rims so well. It makes this car look a lot more complete and arguably better than the stock white rims that it comes with. So now let's take a look at all the R33s I have in my collection. Up front we have the 3 chases, which we will get to later. I will rank those separately. I want to rank the kind of mainline regular versions first individually, and then I will rank where I think the Kaido House chases go after that. So up first, and by no means does this mean this car is bad, just not my favorite R33, is the Active Carbon. This car looks wonderful. The all carbon paint matched with the brown leather interior and the gold rims does set it off very nicely. However, I just think that the other cars in my collection do it slightly better. I will say I have had the chase of this in person, and it is also my least favorite chase, although I love the idea of having a raw chase in carbon. I'm not quite sure how Kaido House pulled it off with that checkered pattern, but it looks great. However, just not my favorite. The next car on the list of my R33s is going to be the HKS R33. Mine is slightly different from the stock version. I do have it wheel swapped with the Kaido R33 black wheels. Something about the black wheels on the black paint just makes the car look very clean to me and helps it stand out a little bit from all the other cars out there. The HKS livery on this and every other Kaido casting that we've seen HKS livery on looks fantastic. Great paint scheme. This car has a lot going for it. I also love the matching purple valve cover that this car features. However, this car, again, still towards the bottom of my list, but it's just because there's a lot of good R33s that Kaido House has released. Next up, we have the white Kaido R33. This car, definitely one of my favorites. However, in stock trim, I did not love those black rims on it, so we did swap this with the HKS rims, as I mentioned earlier, and the white on this car helps it get this insanely clean look that is unrivaled in my opinion. This car could very well be one of my favorites, but again, Kaido House has released some bangers for R33s, and it is very hard for me to make this list and put this car this low. Next up on the list is the brand new car from Kaido, the Imai Racing R33. This car is magnificent in its own right. However, I do think the next two cars do it a little better. For my own personal reasons, of course. This car brings together a lot of good elements. It is probably the most sponsorships that we've seen on a vehicle from Kaido House. It's definitely got the most livery outside of the HKS, but that one is an all-over body livery. This car looks great, but I did not put it higher because the seats and that valve cover do clash in my opinion. I will say I have seen the chase version of this car in person from our case break, and that chase is, if not the best, is definitely a contender for the best Kaido House R33 chase. I could see it toppling virtually every other car they have released as far as R33s are concerned, outside of maybe limiteds and black limiteds. Coming in second place of my regular R33s is going to be the Dai R33 collaboration. This car takes its inspiration from a very real car produced in the world and features a lot of the same livery and is just overall executed very well in my opinion. It is kind of plain for most people, but because it ties to a real car out there in the world, something about the storytelling always gets me. It doesn't have to be the best looking car if it has other aspects that go with it, and that's what I like so much about the car personally. This car, like many of the other ones that I enjoy, is very clean. There's not a whole lot of messiness going on with this car. Not that it's not okay to stand out, but something about having a clean, sleek R33 really sits well with me. Finally, our winner of my regular R33s is the Kaido House 072, the purple R33. Now, this car is also sort of based on a real car. Junimai does have a purple R33 in real life, which I believe this car takes its inspiration from. Personally, I am also a sucker for the color purple, so this car gets bonus points with me for that. This car has the gold barrel rims that resemble a chase almost of some of the previous R34 models we've seen, and you match that gold barrel with the gold valve cover and you get a very, very amazing looking car. And rightfully so, this car has shown its value. Resale market on this car has gone up drastically. I remember having these in shop for 20 bucks each, and now they are seeing prices of $70, $80, $100 sealed. So great car in my opinion. Now on to the chase models. We have the first of three in my opinion. So third place is going to be the HKS R33. Once again, just because this car sits last does not mean it is a bad car. As I mentioned earlier, I would have the active carbon below this one if I had it in person. I do not anymore. But the HKS livery looks good on any chase. I believe the HKS livery on a raw body looks amazing and it's very hard to beat. However, I do have a couple cars that in my opinion have beat it. So next up, and this one will probably come as a surprise, is going to be the purple R33. Now, this car is amazing. It looks great in raw form. Gold wheels, gold valve cover still, looks amazing. I do, however, wish the vinyl decals on this were more gold rather than an off-white. It does look a little strange without the purple paint next to it. I'm not sure what it is about that makes these stand out more as opposed to on the regular. However, this car, again, amazing car, has shown its value with the resale market. I believe the last time I checked, there was only one listing for over $200 on eBay. These things are getting incredibly hard to find, and it is one of the best Kaido house cars, not just R33s, but Kaido house cars in general, that you will find. So with that, we come to my personal favorite car, and it's going to be the White Gretty R33 Chase. This is my favorite of all the R33s, regular, limiteds, that I've seen, that I've owned. It is my personal favorite. Something about the kind of rainbow Gretty logo across the raw body. There's not a whole lot of livery going on. Honestly, it just makes for a very clean car, and I love the way it looks. The raw, for whatever reason, also makes it look better. Something about the white with the black rims did not look good, but with the raw, everything seems to match a little better. Everything looks a little darker, so there's not as much of a contrast. It seems to go together more, and I personally love this vehicle. I don't think I will ever get rid of it. It is definitely my favorite Kaido house car that they have released so far. A quick honorable mention for the R33 limited Tokyo Auto Salon exclusive, the brown carbon. This car, again, is wonderful. I love the rims on this, but I wish they did it on a different car or gave this some more red detailing somewhere to tie it all together. I think these rims look amazing. I would love to see these red rims on other cars. So there you have it, guys. That's my review of the R33 and my racing, as well as the other R33s I have in my collection. Let me know your thoughts, comments, anything. Let me know which Kaido house models you guys would like to see more reviews of. Let me know what other brands you guys want to see. I will probably be doing some more mini GT, as that's a big product for us. But I want to hear y'all's thoughts. What cars should I review? Do you want me to break open some Hot Wheels? Do some crazy stuff for y'all? Let me know. Don't forget to follow us over on Instagram at StreetAesthetic210. Follow Facebook. You can follow Diecast of Texas. Thank you guys so much for checking out the channel, checking out the video, and we will see you guys on the next one.